It's Mardi Gras season, and what better way to celebrate with some delicious Louisiana king cake. King cake isn't just dessert, it's pure Mardi Gras. From Epiphany to Fat Tuesday, it's community, joy, and a little chaos wrapped in a cinnamon brioche treat. Let's make one from scratch by starting with the dough in a medium mixing bowl. Start with all-purpose flour by adding 4 and 1/4 cup flour. Add 1/4 cup granulated sugar. Add 2 teaspoons of salt, and then whisk to mix. Set this aside and then add 1 cup of milk and warm it up to between 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Then add your active dry yeast, 2 teaspoons, to a bowl. And then add the warm milk to help bloom the yeast. You're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes until you see the yeast blooming. Then add this to your dry ingredients. Next, you're going to take 2 whole eggs and add that to the mix. Add the hook attachment to the stand mixer, then add your bowl and mix on medium-low until the dough comes together roughly. Then you can increase the speed to medium-high and knead the dough until it's smooth. This typically takes about 10 minutes or so, so check along the way to see how your dough is coming. Some bakers talk about dough passing a window pane test. Sometimes my dough passes the test and sometimes it doesn't, but after 10 minutes of kneading, you should be good to go. So for this recipe, in my view, the butter really matters. So use unsalted butter with a very high percentage of fat. This one in particular has 82% fat, so if you can find a butter like that, you will be on your way. Weigh out 4 tablespoons of softened unsalted butter, then cube and add to your dough. Knead the dough on medium speed until all the butter is absorbed. It may look like it's not absorbing, but give it time. This should take about 3 minutes. Next, shape the dough into a nice round ball and place it into a clean bowl. Cover the dough and let it proof in a warm area until it's about double. This can take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. Okay, it's time to roll and flavor the dough. Start with 3/4 cup light or brown sugar. Add 1 1/2 tablespoons ground cinnamon, and then mix thoroughly until sugar and brown sugar are well incorporated. Whip 4 tablespoons or 57 grams unsalted softened butter for about 1 minute until fluffy. Using a lightly floured surface, take your dough that has now doubled and degas it by punching it down and then folding the edges towards the center. Then you can put the dough onto the floured surface. And roll out the dough to a 13-inch by 22-inch rectangle, or bigger, depending on how much dough you have. It should be really, really thin by the time you're done. Next, spread the softened whipped butter onto the dough, very carefully, making sure it's evenly spread across, except for about a 1-inch border around all of the edges. Next, sprinkle your cinnamon sugar mixture all across the butter, making sure to spread it as evenly as possible. Then use the palm of your hands to press it firmly into the butter. Using a bench scraper or sharp knife, cut the dough in half lengthwise. Carefully roll the top rectangle from the middle up towards the edge, making sure you get all that cinnamon sugar goodness in there. Then pinch together the entire edge to seal the log. Repeat with the second rectangle, except roll down from the middle to the edge. Pinch the edge along the entire log to seal it. Now that you have 2 logs, wrap the 2 logs around each other to make a rope and connect the rope at the ends to form a circle. Transfer your braided dough to a pan with parchment paper, wrap with plastic, and proof in a warm place for 1 to 2 hours. Alright, let's bake the dough by preheating the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Bake the king cake for 20 to 25 minutes until it is golden brown. Now it's time for the fun part. Let's decorate by making icing with powdered sugar, cream cheese, and vanilla with my little guy. Add 8 ounces softened cream cheese to mixing bowl. Add paddle attachment to stand mixer. Mix on medium. Scrape down the bowl. Add 1 cup powdered sugar. Mix on medium-low until incorporated. Add a teaspoon vanilla extract and mix on medium for 5 minutes. Once the icing is scraped down, it's ready to be applied to the king cake. I like to use an icing bag and a cup to fill up my icing. Once it's full, we seal it up and it is ready to go. My little guy loves adding icing to the king cake. Just go ahead and swirl it all around. Make sure you get good coverage. Then smooth out the icing with a spatula all over the king cake. Now it's time to add the decorating sugars in Mardi Gras colors, gold, green, and purple. Ta-da! Happy Mardi Gras! Thanks for watching Our Vineyard Kitchen. I hope you try this recipe at home, because good food should always feel like home.